Okay, I want to talk about critical thinking and intelligence. So, a compliment that I often receive is that I'm perceived as being smart and intelligent, which is, of course, very nice. But it gives me pause to think because I worry that it's reinforcing a very specific type of intelligence. So, for myself, I think it's more accurate to say that I'm well read, I'm articulate, I'm book smart because I graduated high school and I have a university degree. And also, I try to put a lot of focus on critical thinking and applying that to my everyday life. So, my issue here is that prioritizing and continuously reinforcing book smart as the kind of premier form of intelligence reinforces that other forms of intelligence are somehow lesser. So, for example, emotional, social, spatial intelligence, musicality, being good with animals, being adept with other languages, being able to understand and pick them up quickly. All of these are incredibly important, and in my opinion, very much count as like forms of intelligence. And I have often said for myself that I would trade my entire university degree to be fluent in any other language. I'm only fluent in English. So, the other thing is that we all know somebody who is not book smart, who we would still consider intelligent. We all have an example. So for myself, it would be my dad. He passed away when I was 11. He was, from what I remember, exceptionally socially intelligent and very witty. I would hazard a guess that as an adult, before he passed away at the age of 40, he probably didn't read more than like a handful of books cover to cover. And he also didn't graduate high school, but I still consider him, and I think many other people in my family do as well, to have been a remarkably intelligent individual. So there's that. I want to read an excerpt from Yearning by Bell Hooks about critical thinking and intelligence. So Hooks is black, and Hooks was black. Sorry, she also passed away, and she's writing about her grandmother here, who was also black. So she says, Baba, my grandmother, could not read or write. She did not inherit her contemplative preoccupation with aesthetics from a white Western literary tradition. She was poor all her life. Her memory stands as a challenge to intellectuals, especially those on the left, who assume that the capacity to think critically in abstract concepts, to be theoretical, is a function of class and educational privilege. Contemporary intellectuals committed to progressive politics must be reminded again and again that the capacity to name something, particularly in writing terms like aesthetics, postmodernism, deconstruction, etc., is not synonymous with the creation or ownership of the condition or circumstance to which such terms refer.